Remember, languages, they do change. They do not remain static. Okay, with the passage of time, languages, they keep on changing. So speakers of established languages such as English often dislike changes occurring within their own language, believing that change equates with declining standards. In fact, however, the grammar of all languages changes over time, and no amount of intervention by prescriptive grammarians or language academies can prevent this. Though we have read, prescriptive grammarians, they say that preposition should not come at the end of a sentence. There should not be split infinitive, and this is how you should speak the language. And they try that language should not change. But this is not the case, because English language is a living language like all other languages. If we today think about our own language, Urdu language, don't you think it is changing every day? But the changes are so subtle that it is very difficult right now to pinpoint each and every kind of change that is happening. And look how so many words from Hindi, because we are watching Indian movies, they have entered our language, Urdu language. Already there are so many words, okay, that we have taken from Arabic language. Okay, so languages, they keep on changing, they do not stay constant. So this is another misconception, okay, which is discussed here. Is this clear? Then in order to prove that how do languages they change, he has given examples, and the heading is made the use of linguistic examples. So from various languages he gives examples to show you that how languages they change. But so far as you are concerned, I will say that you should only focus on English language, and no other language you should focus on. So here there is another information, another type of information given here, lexical and grammatical information. So actually now he is explaining in syntax, we have got description of the elements, constituent elements of the structure, like Ali plays cricket. So in brackets, they will write that Ali is the subject and it is performing the action of a doer in the sentence. So this information is given in brackets. This is the description. Syntactic rules, they are explained to the people so that they should come to know what is happening in the sentence. So then second type of information is lexical and grammatical information. Glosses, in brackets, glosses contain both lexical information printed in normal type and grammatical information printed in small capitals. Lexical information means ordinary words which are translations of phrases of the original language. In 28 and 29, the glosses contain only lexical information. In example number 30, it has got more information. This information concerns grammatical categories such as tense and aspect. So look at example number 31. The students asked for these books. So students, S is separated from the student, showing that it is a plural. Asked, ed is separated from the verb ask, showing that it is the past form. Again, books, so S is separated from book, showing that it is the plural form. So then explanation is given. This is called glossing. Definite article, DEF and ART. Definite article, D is definite article. Student is noun and PL stands for plural. Ask is verb and past showing ed that it is the past form, and these determiner and determiner is in plural form, this, these, and book, books. So PL again stands for plural. The students asked for these books. So in syntactic explanations, you will come across such type of information. Taking these glosses as illustration, we can now explain the usual linguistic conventions. There are some familiar linguistic items: student, ask, for, and book. But I have glossed the by referring to the grammatical information it represents. It is a definite article, a word meaning the, as opposed to an indefinite article a, word meaning a. I also gloss these as determiner plural. These is a demonstrative word, a pointing word from the set this, that, these, those. So this and that are demonstrative plurals. I will normally try where possible to use glosses you can recognize as verbs. He's saying that in the books of syntax, apart from the lexical and grammatical information, the gloss also contains pieces of information separated by a hyphen preceding or following a piece of grammatical information. In the gloss means that the grammatical element is attached to the word or to another grammatical element and can't be a separate word. Like S is not a separate word. It gets attached with noun. Book, books. So you cannot separate S, and you cannot say that S is a separate word. It is not a separate word. It is a morpheme. And some morphemes can be separated, some cannot be separated. This is a bound morpheme. This is a bound morpheme. So the glosses book PL and student PLS indicate that books and students are plural nouns. S is a plural ending and ED is a past tense ending. I have also used the hyphen in the first line in 31 to indicate the boundaries in the source language between the grammatical information and lexical item, although not all examples in this book follow this convention. But anyways, here he has explained that in the book of syntax, authors, when they are explaining, when they are telling us about the constituent element means I play cricket. I is a constituent element. Play is a verb, is a constituent element. Verb and cricket is object constituent element of phrase structure rules. In phrase structure rules, we have got subject and verb. Under S, subject, we have got noun. Noun can have article, and verb can have verb plus object, and object is usually noun phrase again. Are you getting my point? In class tomorrow when you will come, I will draw it, okay, on the board to show you that how this can be done. Grammatical elements attached to the beginning or end of a word or to other pieces of grammatical information are called affixes. So I told you about suffixes, E-R-E-S-T. And here again we have got suffix like S, book, books, store, stores, chair, chairs. So suffix. And ask, asked, ed. Play, played, ed. So ed is suffix. Then we move forward and we talk about categories of person and number. And if you remember, in previous lecture, I told you that subject and verb, they must agree in person and number. I play, we play, you play, they play. So this is the another concept that I talked about in the previous lecture, and here it is explained. In this section, I discussed the conventions used to represent the grammatical categories of person and number, using examples from French. He is using examples from French, but we will talk about English language. So first person, second person, third person. I is the first person, you are the second person, and he, she, it is the third person. First person is the person who speaks, second person is the person who listens to, and third person is the person, first person and second person they are talking about. Is this clear? So this is what is explained here. So we have first person, I singular, we plural, you singular second person, and you plural second person. He, she, it singular third person, they plural third person. Okay, and these things are explained here on page number 16, 17, 15. Then I move forward, and then he talks about writing system. Remember, English is alphabetic language. Roman alphabet is used. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, like that. But Russian uses the Cyrillic alphabet, and Chinese and Japanese both use writing system based on characters rather than an alphabet. So this information you should remember. Then the last thing that he talks about, why do languages have syntax? Can anyone talks about that why do languages they have got syntax? Can you answer why do languages have syntax?
Sir, in order for the speakers to make them conform to a single system of speaking, otherwise everyone would devise their own system of
Yes,
language and it would not harmonize at the end.
you are right. We are using subject, verb, and object, and everybody is using the same system, using the same rules, and speaking English language. Otherwise, Daniel, Heather, for example, Faiza, Khurshid, they will not agree. And they may say that first of all, there should be object and then verb and then subject. Or Athar may say that first of all, there should be verb and then object and then subject. Ambreen may say that there should be subject and object and verb. So in order to create homogeneity, consistency, languages, they have systems, syntactic systems. And these syntactic systems help us to speak the language. Are you getting my point? Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I go back to the book again. And all languages, they have got word order. This is the first thing that we should remember. In English, the word order is pretty fixed, subject, verb, and object. So word order is fixed. There are three main elements in the sentence in number 34. Kim, the one drinking the tea, drank the verb which expresses what Kim did, and the tea expressing what is being drunk. We use the term word order more accurately, as we will see later, constituent order. Word order in syntax is called constituent order. To discuss the order in which these three main parts of a sentence occur in a language. So we have got came, drank the tea. We can't say came the tea, drank. Drank came the tree. Tea. Drank the tea, came. The tea drank, came. The tea came, drank. So F is also correct. Sometimes, for the sake of emphasis, people bring the object first, but it is only sometimes. Usually we use A, which is giving us a word order of the English language, also called constituent structure of English language. Is this clear? Then next thing that we should remember is promotion and demotion process. Some of the books call them contraction. Some of the books call them transformations. But he is saying promotion and demotion processes. तो इससे परेशान होने की जरूरत नहीं है. The syntactic variations in section 1.3.1 involved simply reordering the elements of a sentence. But syntactic changes can have much more radical results than this. Section 1.1 in the discussion of Indonesian language introduced the idea of promotion processes, making a word or phrase more prominent in the sentence. There are also demotion processes, which make part of the sentence less prominent. Here I gave a preliminary introduction to another construction involving promotion and demotion, the passive in English and Japanese. The passive is illustrated in bold type in 41 and 42. And this is an extremely common construction in both spoken and written English. The women and boys with crates converged on the boards and their catch was counted out by the market boss. So their catch was counted out by the market boss. So this is the passive voice. In passive voice, in fact, their catch is the object. That catch is given promotion. It is brought in the beginning. I sent a letter to Ali. A letter was sent to Ali. So here the letter is brought in the beginning of a sentence. This is called promotion. This is called promotion. And if I say Ali was sent a letter by me. So in fact, it was I who was doing the action. So me is going at the end of the sentence. This is called demotion. Are you getting the point? Point is clear, promotion and demotion?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, clear.
In active voice,
No, sir.
the doer of the action is performing the action. In passive voice, the receiver of the action is brought in the beginning. So that receiver of the action which is brought in the beginning is promoted, and the doer of the action is taken at the end of the sentence is demoted. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Any question? Anything which is not clear yet? Okay. I repeat up till now what we have done. We have talked about word order. We have talked about constituent structure. We have talked about some of the misconceptions that languages that do not change. We have said that languages that do change. We have talked about promotion and demotion. And when you will read, I hope these things will be further clear to you. Next point that he has made is all languages have structures, no doubt. Urdu language has subject, object and verb. English has subject, verb and object. So all languages, they have got structures. All languages, whether living or dead, have syntactic structures, including, of course, sign language. This means that a language does not just consist of strings of words, but that the words group together to form phrases, and the phrases group together to form larger phrases, and then we have got sentences. Linguists describe this phrases this phrases within phrases pattern as hierarchical structure. Phrases within phrases is called hierarchical structure. Okay. So please, I think that is enough for today. Khurshid, voice is coming from your side.